Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Monday, April 11th, 2022. So this will have covered the week of April 4th through the 10th of 2022. This was a very productive week because I have obtained my 600th Platinum Trophy, and I made progress in quite a few other games. So let's go ahead and start out down here with Call of Duty Vanguard, because I think I earned like one trophy in this game this past week. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so we've still got two campaign trophies left, the 15 kills in blind fire and the, the Battle of El Alamein, twice as many kills during the final defense. Those are both fairly easy. I'm probably going to save those for last. As for the multiplayer, I have been playing a decent bit of the multiplayer. I'm like a level 42 or so now, so we are making progress here. For an operator, I've got an operator at like level 15, I think, and I think that 20 is the max level, so getting close there. A weapon being at max level, I'm very close to having the STG-44 maxed out. I'm at like 67 or 68 on it. So, getting very close on all of those trophies. Otherwise, no, those were 325. Okay, here it is. Yep, I thought I got one trophy this past week. So, for this trophy, you simply have to use the artifact to increase your damage and then kill zombies while it's active. Very simple trophy. Yep, the only other zombies trophy I'm missing is the 10,000 zombies kills, which I'm at maybe like, I would assume about 6,000. I don't know if the game fully keeps track of it. I'm sure it does somewhere, and I'm just too lazy to figure out where. But I'd estimate that I'm at like 6,000 or so. So, I mean, I'd like to get this game done fairly soon and just go ahead and get it off the list because, knock on wood, and I have a wooden table here, so I'm knocking on wood, this game is not going to get any DLC trophies. I really don't think it will because they've already added another like whole zombies map and it didn't get DLC trophies. And then like Modern Warfare 2019 only got that one original DLC. Cold War only got its one original DLC that released with the game. So I don't really think it's likely, especially because Vanguard is kind of dead, honestly. I mean, the game kind of died very quickly. It has not been successful. So they're probably going ahead and shifting most of their time and effort onto the Call of Duty game we're going to get for 2022, which is widely believed to be a Modern Warfare 2, but, you know, a sequel to 2019's Modern Warfare, not obviously a full-blown, like, full remake of, like, Modern Warfare 2. Even though that game's multiplayer would do well in the modern day, even though they probably managed to ruin it with loot boxes and stuff. So that's it for Vanguard. Then I obtained Platinum number 599. This was done on Friday. My Friend Peppa the Pig. This, well, is a game, and honestly, you know, the game itself probably took more effort to make than most of the quick and easy Platinum trophies of today. I guess I can credit them with that. So, this version of the game took me slightly over an hour, but you can definitely do it faster if you actually know what you're doing. Like, especially if you follow a straight walkthrough of exactly where you need to go. Because, like, the world is, like, slightly strangely laid out in just, like, a weird way with how you walk around. It's kind of a weird scenario with that. I mean, it's still a super easy Platinum trophy. It doesn't take much effort, but it can be just a little bit confusing at times to navigate everything. But as for the actual trophies, you have to find Daddy Pig's glasses, which is generally going to be one of the first trophies you get. You get it by walking into the living room for the first time and messing with the TV, and then Daddy Pig stumbles in, and the glasses are going to be somewhere else in the house. They're either like outside out on the staircase or upstairs in your room. Then the Mr. Dinosaur, you can actually get this pretty early in the game, I found on the PS5 version. But normally you get this the first time you return to Peppa's house after doing a couple of other quests. And George will run into the living room crying about his dinosaur missing, so you have to go find it at the bottom of the hill nearby in a tree. This one you have to go to the forest, but you have to walk past the hot air balloon. So walk past the balloon and then follow the tracks. Once you pick up the trash in the forest, there's like 6 pieces of trash you have to pick up. For this one, you have to take the hot air balloon up to the snowy mountain. Then you just take the ski lift up to the top of the mountain, interact with a snowman, and then build your own with 5 pieces. Simple enough, and you can take the skis back down. The rock pools are accessed by taking the car from the grandparents' house, which will take you to the beach and allow you to interact with a rock pool. For the chickens, this one is also done at the grandparents' house. You just have to find the 3 chickens. There's one inside the house, one outside, and then one in the garden where you have to take them. This one's done at the school, so you take the red car outside of Peppa Pig's house to go to the school, and then you go to the playground from there, which is like walking to the right, and you interact with the tree, and that's how you reveal where the tortoise is, and then you go back to the school, talk to the teacher, and then pick up a ladder from outside the school. Windy Castle, you either go to automatically at one point when you return to Peppa's house once you do some of the other quests, or you can interact with like a poster on the wall, I think, that appears. Potato City is meant to be the last place you go to in the game. You'll get this. This is usually the last trophy for most people, because once you've done all the other like main story quests, you'll be able to go to Potato City like just by entering Peppa's room inside the house as like a reward for doing all the other stuff. This one is done immediately after that following the track one, so like you go here, you follow the tracks to find some ants, and then you continue to walk to the right and you'll get to like a campsite, and then you just have to pick up a few sticks for the fire, and then play through a bit of a cutscene and you're good to go there. This one you have to take the bus from the school to get to the museum, and then you just walk through the museum and take a ride on the fake roller coaster thing. So it's a very quick and easy platinum trophy if you know what you're doing. However, this game is weird because it has a bit of RNG to it, of all games. Like, sometimes when you take one of the vehicles, you'll be stopped by construction, but sometimes you won't. Sometimes events will play out in slightly different orders, which is really weird. Like, the dinosaur and Daddy Pig's glasses and even like the Windy Castle stuff can all be just a little bit random, which is really like kind of weird. I don't know why a Peppa Pig game would have RNG like that. It doesn't make any sense, but you know, it's really, I mean, it's obviously not a big deal. It just adds a little bit of extra time to your platinum run. So unless you're trying to speed run the game, it's not a big deal. So yeah, that was the PS4 version. There's a PS4 version, and that there are 2 PS5 versions, a North American and a European. Next up, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga for the PS5. I am liking this game a lot so far, but there is a lot to do in this game, I will say that. This Platinum Trophy is not difficult. It's your typical, 2.5 out of 10 for a LEGO game. So it's your very typical LEGO game difficulty. There's really nothing like even all that miscellaneous in this one that's anything too noteworthy. Just the problem is there's so much you have to do. There's so many different hub worlds and everything that the Platinum is predicted to take like 70 to 80 hours. So that'll make this by far the longest LEGO Platinum, and we know it's going to get DLCs at some point. It's supposed to get DLCs for like Rogue One, Solo: A Star Wars Story, The Mandalorian, maybe The Bad Batch, and maybe like one other thing. So it's probably going to get quite a few DLCs. So yeah, be looking forward to a very long 100%, even though it is a fun game. So you get, it looks like 9 trophies here, well, 10 trophies just for finishing the story. So over a fifth of your trophies, as with many LEGO games, come from just completing the story. Then you have to complete all of the events on all of the different hub worlds. So I don't know if that means like completing them to 100% or just completing like random events that occur on these planets. You have to achieve True Jedi, which is filling the stud meter on every level. That's pretty typical. Complete all the level challenges in a single level. I'm not entirely sure what this was, but I got it, by accident without really having to worry. So presumably this won't be too difficult, but I assume there's going to be a handful of levels where this is a little bit trickier. If it's anything like the ones on the Vita LEGO games, especially some of the early Vita LEGO games. You have to collect all the mini kits, which I want to say there might actually only be 5 mini kits per level in this game instead of 10, which is like really different. I don't really know how this character class upgrading works, because I've only played the game for a couple hours so far, and I was highly intoxicated from the Peppa Pig stream, or part of the stream, so I don't know exactly what was going on. I don't know about the data cards. The Kyber bricks, I think, are like the replacement for the gold bricks in this game, and there's a ton of them. There's over 1,000 of them. I think it's actually over 1,000 of them. All the characters is pretty typical for a LEGO game. All the events, this is like, I guess, 100% type of trophy. All races, all challenges. Again, like, nothing... It's mostly completion-based stuff this time around. Like, it's almost entirely story and 100% completion-based this time. There's not a lot of miscellaneous stuff in this game. Like, this is one of them. Use Jedi mind tricks to make 5 people fight in the cantina. Fun fact, that is actually a throwback to the original achievement list for one of the early LEGO Star Wars games. Either LEGO Star Wars 2 or LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. So, one of those games, if not both of them, had an achievement list. And that achievement list required you to have like a 50 casualty fight in the cantina or something. So, that's kind of a nice little throwback. And then you have ride all the creatures throughout the galaxy. 17,000 studs is unmissable. It's going to be one of the first trophies you get. 10 billion studs should be easy with the red bricks or whatever they're called in this game. And then you just have a few other miscellaneous trophies like destroying TIE fighters, 3 enemies with a single explosion, helmets off, 25 disguises, a combat multiplier of 30. That one I think is another completion-based. I think that both of these are completion-based. And then a flight level without dying should be easy as long as there's an invincibility brick. So like I said, this game is very heavily completion and story-based. It doesn't have much in the way of miscellaneous trophies. I mean, not all LEGO games have a ton of miscellaneous trophies, but this one really doesn't have a lot of, like, true miscellaneous trophies that aren't, like, completion-based. So I would say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So only, well, I mean, that's like a quarter of the trophies are, I guess that's about right. I guess it feels like less than normal. Maybe that's just me, though. Next up, I obtained Platinum Trophy number 600 with Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. So, this is a medium difficulty Platinum, and it's not one I would recommend starting. It is definitely more annoying than it's worth. It's definitely more difficult than what I was kind of initially expecting. It's not overly difficult, once again, but it is a fairly annoying Platinum. I mean, that's really the best word I have to say for it, is annoying, and at times rage-inducing. So for the Platinum Trophy, you're going to get 6 trophies here for beating the first 6 missions. Then you're going to get 3 different trophies during the final mission. So you have to attempt the rescue, which is sparing the character at the end, and fail at it by dying, but that'll actually put you back at the beginning of the fight. You have to attempt that rescue and survive it, which is the main ending that most people go for. And then you have to get what you could almost consider like the bad ending, where you choose to kill that character. When you're playing on S+, or you're trying to do the S+ on Professional, you absolutely want to attempt the rescue. It makes it a lot easier of a final battle. You have to get a kill with each type of weapon, which is pretty easy. There's only about 8 different types. You have to complete the campaign on Professional, which really isn't that hard in this game. Like, just completing it on Professional really isn't an issue. That's nowhere near the hardest trophy. By far your hardest trophy is right here for getting an S+ rank on all missions. So you can technically do it on Veteran, but it's borderline impossible. Because at the end of every mission, you're going to get a scorecard that's going to rank you based on the number of items you picked up, the number of enemies you killed, the number of times you died, and the time it took you to beat the mission. If you're doing this on veteran, you have to get an S on all 4 categories, and even then it's not always enough. It's kind of random as to whether or not it's good enough. But if you do it on professional, which is obviously the hardest difficulty that makes, all of combat much more difficult, if you're doing it on that difficulty, then you actually get a little bit of leeway. You only have to get 2 S's and 2 A's. So you're allowed to take a couple extra minutes. You're allowed to miss a couple of collectibles. You're allowed to get a few less kills. You're allowed to get, 1 extra death. Some combination of those. It definitely makes it easier. I would definitely recommend following a guide for the collectibles, because if you do that, then you can play as Lupo and use her really good, is it active camo? No, it's body armor. She's got a body armor ability that's really, really good. It's going to be life-saving at certain points. There's I think you're supposed to use maybe Vector on the final mission, but for the most part you use Lupo. And I will say, the first 2 missions weren't anything too difficult. I got through both of those on, within 2 tries each. The 4th mission was the same way. I got through it in, 2 tries as well. So those 3 missions aren't really much to worry about. I barely remember the 6th mission, so I guess it didn't take me more than a couple of tries, but I literally have no memory of the 6th mission versus all the other missions. It's mainly missions 3, 5, and 7 that are going to cause problems. 3 is difficult because of the final battle in that giant generator room, but it became much easier when I actually decided to do it as Lupo. That made it significantly easier and much more doable, even though it was still kind of annoying. Aside from that, the 5th mission is generally considered to be the hardest, because you're going to be dealing with hunters at a couple points, and you can't always just run past them. A lot of the time you do have to fight them. They can kill you very, very quickly. The final boss fight against 2 tyrants is actually the easy part of the mission, which sounds really dumb, because if you pick up a flamethrower that's in that area, it makes really quick work of the enemies. And then you also have to get enough kills, and you still have to beat the mission in a relatively quick time. That mission was just brutal. That one took me quite a few tries to get through. And then talked about the 6th mission that I literally don't remember the 6th mission at all. And then the 7th mission, the time isn't really that bad. You do have to find all the collectibles, but there's only 8 of them. The main thing with the final mission is that there's a couple of places where you can get screwed over by the way the enemies function. The very beginning, you can get killed way too easily, or way more enemies will spawn on certain runs of the mission, which makes no sense. And then toward the very end, when you have to reach the character you're chasing, it requires some luck as to whether or not the zombies decide to break through the barrier once you've made a couple of the enemy soldiers bleed. It's just a nightmare. And then additionally, this mission, the 150 kills or whatever you have to get is very, very strict. You have to find a way to farm kills, which you can really only do at the end. But also, at the very end, if you run out away from the cover of the ledge that you go under at the end, you'll be attacked by the character, and you'll die very quickly. So it's just a painful, painful experience all the way through, and why I would certainly not recommend starting up this game. I will say, I had fun when I was playing this thing in co-op with the boosting group, and when we were just messing around a little bit in the multiplayer. We could have fun with that. Admittedly, we did have some enjoyment out of that. But the actual going for the S+ ranks was just an absolute nightmare, and I do not recommend it at all to anyone. Then we have our Versus trophy. So you have to get a 10-kill streak, which can be almost all of the Versus trophies can be boosted with just one other partner in a private match, which makes it fairly easy to do. You have to collect 3 G-Virus samples in one match. Again, one partner in a private match. Force 25 enemies to drop G-Virus samples. This one's a little bit time-consuming, but again, you can boost it with one other partner. Then you have the 2 trophies that require 5 people. So everything else can be done with 2, but these 2 trophies require 5 people. You need to have, in the Survivors mode, you have to have all 4 players on your team survive the game. So you need 4 on your team and 1 on the opposite team. And then in this mode, in Heroes mode, you have to eliminate all 4 heroes in a single game. So with both of these, you are going to need 5 people, but you can still boost in a private match. 1 match on each game mode type. There's only 4 game mode types, so that's very easy. Complete 98 versus games. This is by far the most time-consuming multiplayer trophy. I think you end up spending more time, or at least just as much time in the menus as you do in the actual multiplayer, which is why my platinum time for this game came out to only like 25 hours to do everything. I feel like I spent more time playing this though. Like, maybe I could see like 25 hours total for the single player, but I felt like we spent like a good 10 hours in the multiplayer. And then there was also the DLC, and I think that took into account the DLC, which is surprising because I spent at least like probably 5 to 10 hours total on all the DLC. So I don't know. I think the timers might just be screwed up or something, because I felt like I spent more than 25 hours playing this game. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Free a teammate from a liquor grapple is fairly easy. Just, shoot at a liquor while it's attacking your teammate. You have to kill 100 zombies with CQC. There are different methods you can use for this. You can grab them as a zombie shield and snap their neck, or you can stomp them while they're in the ground, or you can just beat them to death several times with the circle button. 17 hunters. This is fairly easy because there's several missions that have hunters in them. The parasites are best farmed in the 4th mission of the story because there's not a whole lot of them in the main game. There are some in the DLC, though. 50 opponents in Versus, again, can be boosted with one other partner and should be done along the way with the 98 Versus games. You don't actually have to win those 98 Versus games, by the way. You just have to play 98 through to the end. The Tyrants should come naturally because you're going to be beating the 5th mission probably at least twice. Get infected 13 times is pretty much unmissable. That's when a zombie bites you or a licker licks you long enough and it makes you get infected. I know that sounds very suggestive. 13 parasite zombies killed is pretty much unmissable. It's when the parasites actually grapple onto a zombie. Revive 31 teammates is pretty much unmissable. Your teammates are really, really stupid in this game. Don't expect them to be very helpful. Half the time they just jump in front of your bullets. Heal with 101 green herbs. That's pretty much unmissable while you're doing everything else because they're free healing items. 13 zombie dogs. This one probably will not come naturally. The only good place to farm this is at the beginning of Mission 5. There might be a couple other places you can do it, but that's by far the best place to farm it. You have to purchase all the weapons in the game, and what I recommend doing is saving up enough points to purchase all the weapons at once, and then immediately, once the trophies pop, quit to the XMB without saving, because then you can go in and do all of these ability trophies for purchasing and fully upgrading all the abilities for all 6 characters. That will save you quite a bit of time in grinding, so would definitely recommend doing that. Kill 5 zombies while using a zombie as a shield, so just use the zombie as a shield and kill enemies while using that shielded zombie. That's very easy. Kill 13 zombified teammates. This one's pretty easy. Just wait till one of your teammates turns into a zombie and kill them. 103 kills with incendiary rounds. It was a little bit grindy because I literally didn't use these. This was like one of the last trophies I got because I just literally didn't use them throughout my playthrough because I was busy using the better abilities. But this one can be farmed within like an hour pretty easily. 5 enemies with Blood Frenzy in a single campaign game. I'm not entirely sure where I got this, but it's a very simple trophy. 5 players in one multiplayer game, actually 10 players in one multiplayer game with CQC. Again, you can boost this with one other partner, though I actually would recommend doing this one with 2 other partners just to speed it up a little bit because a lot of the match types are fairly short. Then you have to collect the 7 raccoons in the game. There's 1 in each mission. It's a collectible type, so just follow a collectible guide. You have to kill an infected teammate with a headshot before they become a zombie. So once someone becomes infected, put a couple of pistol rounds into their head to kill them. As for weapons that I recommend using, I definitely would say use the Juggernaut and the Samurai's Edge as your 2 main weapons. The heavy machine gun also has its uses, especially on lower difficulties. But you mainly want to use the Juggernaut and the Samurai's Edge. And I think that occasionally you can find other like good weapons in some of the crates and stuff. So as for the DLC is a total of 7 Echo 6 missions. The first one's free, you can download, and you actually can't earn any trophies in that one. But the other 6 are packaged into these 2 DLCs, so unfortunately you're going to have to pay for those. So for the first DLC, you have to complete missions 2 through 4 by the Trail of Our Dead. I now know why you cry and nothing is as it seems. In that first of those 3 missions, you have to not wake up any of the lickers, which is very easy. Just, walk through it slowly. Then with this one, this is your only multiplayer trophy from this DLC. You have to go to the Foundry map in the multiplayer with one other partner and kill a player with the Crucible, which is those giant, vats of molten liquid. 13 Bomb Dogs, this is best done in I Now Know Why You Cry. There's 2 that you can fight right when you enter the sewer area. This one is also in that same mission. You have to be playing as Tweed, and you have to pick up a pack of C4 and use it to blow open a secret door in the Foundry. You have to finish any Echo 6 mission, which can be in the first or second expansion pack with all the female characters in your party. That's easy enough. You have to finish a mission without killing anything with a gun. I did this on my own in this I Now Know Why You Cry mission. It can be done there because you're allowed to still shoot your target at the very end when you get to the Foundry. You're allowed to shoot him with your gun as long as you don't kill him or kill any other zombies with it. But if you want to make this one super, super easy, then what you want to do is play with a partner and get to the very end of a mission and then back out of the game and have them re-invite you. And that'll like reset all your kills and stuff, so that's the easiest way to do it. And then every zombie in the park is also in that I Now Know Why You Cry or whatever mission it's called. But it's fairly easy, even though you are going to be getting chased around by Nemesis the whole time. Also, you can do every single expansion pack mission on casual difficulty, which makes it significantly easier. The second expansion pack, finish the 3 missions, kill a total of 5 tyrants, which you'll probably already have done just from playing the base game. The rocket launcher can be done in the multiplayer, or it can be done in, I want to say, one of the Echo 6 expansion pack 1 missions. You have your one true multiplayer trophy. You have to play on the map Dispatch and deliver all 5 virus samples in a single game. So you do have one multiplayer trophy, but again, you can do it with one other partner. The shut down or destroy 5 turrets is basically unmissable. I think you fight either 5 or 6 during the main story, so pretty much unmissable. Finish any mission with the 3 male characters in your party is very easy. You have to kill 3 super tyrants. You can only do this on, I want to say it's the places we're meant to die. It's whichever one ends with a railgun section. You can only get this there, and it's a little bit random as to whether or not you'll actually get it, because half the time the railgun will kill your target, and it's at the very end of the mission, so if you screw it up, you have to redo the whole mission. But what you can do is kill 1 super tyrant, then let yourself quickly be killed, as well as, kill yourself to speed it up, and then you can reset at the beginning of that section and hopefully farm it out a little more easily that way. You have to complete an Echo 6 expansion mission with no human player incapacitated. This one's honestly fairly easy. I wouldn't be too worried about this one. I did it without really trying that hard on a couple of different missions. So yeah, that is it for Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Finally got this one done after like a month of playing it. Again, would not recommend it, but it is a pretty rare platinum. It's a sub 4% right now for platinum, and it's a sub 2%, and this is PSN profile stat, so it's even lower on PlayStation Network itself. But it's a sub 4% platinum and a sub 2% for the 100% completion. So it's a pretty rare platinum with quite a few rarer trophies compared to what I'm used to getting, so that's a good thing. Next up, platinum number 601, and a very interesting story to go along with it. My Friend Peppa Pig for the PS5, the North American version. I did not realize you get a free upgrade for this game if you purchase it or even just rent it on GameFly like I did. I didn't know you got a free upgrade, so I managed to get a second platinum for, one single low price of whatever my monthly rental is for GameFly. The trophy list is completely identical. However, you're going to see I beat this game pretty quickly. 1152 was my last trophy, whereas my first was 1113. I got this platinum in 38 minutes and 11 seconds. I now hold a world record as of the time this is being recorded for the fastest person to platinum My Friend Peppa Pig on the PS5 North American version. I don't really know if that's much of a flex that I can put in my, dating profile bios or anything like that whenever I get back into that, but I don't know if I can really flex on that, but for now I hold a world record in Peppa Pig speedrunning, so I guess that's something that I can hopefully make people proud of someday. I don't know. I'm trying to make a bigger deal out of that, but I hold a world record even if it's only going to be for a brief time. So you know what? I'm satisfied with that. But for now, I hold the world record time for the North American PS5 version. And I wrote a trophy guide for it, which I did in like half an hour once I finished this run or something. I did it in like half an hour on just sort of quickly typed it all up. It was pretty easy. It was mostly just a trophy walkthrough more than anything. And finally, Horizon Forbidden West. I made a good bit of progress on the game this week. So, let's see, I already had reached level 30. I'll be able to check the PS5 version to see exactly where my stats are, but I'm like a level 42 right now, I think, or 41. So, getting closer to that level 50. Then, let's see, I'd already recovered Poseidon. I did recover Demeter this past week, or Demeter, however that would be pronounced. So, that's another story-related trophy done. We have 2 more story-related trophies here. Is this also story-related? No, so 3 story-related trophies left. I completed this trophy, the Choosing a Desert Commander. It's just a series of side missions, so I finished that one off. These are also side missions, but I've started them, I believe. And, yep, so was that one. So all 3 of these are side missions, but I think I might have actually started all 3 of them by now. As for the tall necks, I want to say I've gotten like 4 of them. The rebel camps, I'm probably like halfway through that. I've cleared like 3, maybe 4 of those. I think there's 6 of them. The cores, I've cleared 2 of the ones that count for this trophy. The hunting grounds, I've cleared 3 out of the 4 hunting grounds with actually perfect ranks. So I only have to find and clear the last one. I've killed all types of acquisition machines, of which there's like 18 or 19. Made, I'm sure, a little bit more progress on the other types of machines, as well as riding. I know I've ridden a Charger, and I'm pretty sure I've ridden the Bristleback, so I think it's the Claw Strider. Yeah, I don't think I've ever ridden the Claw Strider, so that's the last one I need for that. I also finished the Long Glide. I did it at the end of a side quest that took you to the top of a real tall mountain, so that's good. I got that one done. Then we have the 2 quests that require a flying mount and the first place in 2 gauntlet races. I know I've done one of the gauntlet races, but I haven't done any of these yet. I've actually completed most of the salvage contracts in the game. I've completed like 5 of the relic ruins. Let's see. Okay, obtained all the weapons classes. I was missing 1 and I got it on Sunday, so that's another one done. Need to delete some of my old trophy images so I can clear these little image picture icons away. I've overridden 10 different types of machines. Now I actually finished that on Sunday as well. That's an easy one. It just takes a little bit of time. For this one, this is the melee one, so the melee pits. I think there's still like 2 more of those. And then, let's see, anything else earned? Yep, upgraded every pouch type, so I needed to upgrade like 1 more type of pouch. I don't remember which one, but I did do that this past week, so I finished that trophy off. And yeah, that's it. So making very good progress on this game. So now we can look at my actual stats. So I'm currently a level 41 then, but like most of the way through 41. Then, well, story related and side mission related trophies obviously aren't going to show anything. The tall necks, I've cleared 4 out of the 6 tall necks, so that's good. As for this one, does this one have a tracker? No, this one for some reason doesn't have a tracker, even though it's like 6 of them total. The cores should be at halfway. Yep, half of the ones that actually count for it, but I think there's another one that I have to clear as part of the story anyway. The hunting grounds. Wait a minute, so are there 6 of them? yeah, does that mean that there are like... Because I've cleared 3, I think, so... Does that mean that there are... I don't know. I need to check on that. I'm probably just... I'm tired. It's kind of late, and I have a long commute every day, so I say that that's my excuse. 3 out of the 4 recon machines. Pretty close on the combat machines. Only 1 more transport machine. Then, of course, writing 1 more type. Ooh, look at this. All machine types scan. We're at 93%. So there's 43 total in the game. So is that going to be 41? I'm actually pulling up my calculator here. No, it's not that. It is... Looks like 40. So there's only 3 more to scan. So that's good. And one of them's the final boss. So I don't know what the other 2 are. And then none of the other trophies are showing anything right now, which is fine. But yeah, making progress in Horizon. I'll have it done probably within another couple weeks until the inevitable DLC drops, because we know that's going to happen at some point. So let's go ahead and get our trophies synced on up here. Plus, I've got a little bit more to talk about with my upcoming trophy hunting schedule and stuff. So, level 773, 45%, 22,911 total trophies, 601 platinums, 3,761 golds, 6,082 silvers, 12,467 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. I plan to continue working on Horizon. I plan to play some more of LEGO Star Wars, and I plan to work on COD Vanguard some. I've basically decided that the rest of April is only now going to be focused on Vanguard, Horizon, LEGO Star Wars, and Battlefield 1943. I'm going to get started on that soon. Then in May, I've still got the Division there, but, again, my thoughts on that. I talk about it like every week. GTA 5, I do really want to do sooner rather than later on the PS4. Just to go ahead and get it, knocked out, or at least as much of it as I can. As well as Ghost of Tsushima has now been pushed to May, just because it's not really a super high priority for me right now. June, Black Ops 3. July, The Division 2. And then August, Dead Island Riptide for PS4. But we might actually do that one earlier, depending on if the boosting guys want to do it earlier, because, that's a fairly short multiplayer. You can knock that multiplayer out in about 6 hours, from what I remember. And then the rest of, September through December, COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Conan Exiles, Outer Worlds. Then I've got a few other games on the PS3 that I forgot I actually own. That, I don't actually own the discs version of them. I own, digital of them. I have apparently Master Reboot, Code Zero or something. It's a visual novel. Oh, The Saboteur, that's actually one that I really want to do because it's made by Pandemic, and I've been holding off on that for years. Escape Dead Island, I'm a little bit concerned about that one. The Raven on both PS3 and PS4, I do want to do that one as well, because that's a 5 or 6 hour Telltale style kind of game. So, yeah, that is my current upcoming trophy plans. But my main focus, again, for the month of April is to get caught up a little bit, try to get both Horizons done, try to get COD Vanguard done, and also go back and do Battlefield, and make a little bit of progress on LEGO Star Wars. Those are my main priorities for now. So, yeah, that's really about it for this video. I actually managed to drag this one out. This is going to be one of my longest trophy updates. But it was a big milestone, so it was a lot of celebration today. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. As for, videos and streaming and stuff for this coming week, I assume it'll be a fairly normal schedule. Unless anything, goes catastrophically wrong. But I don't know what I'm going to be streaming in the near future, because I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break from new trophy games, take a couple of weeks away from starting new games so I can try to clean up these other ones. Obviously, I got a lot of time to go with the games I'm currently doing, and like I said, Battlefield is getting thrown onto there. But I'm probably not going to be starting too many more games for the rest of April. I want to spend some time working on all of these games and just trying to get caught up a little bit. So that is my current plan for, live streaming. It'll probably be, either Horizon or It could be Lego Star Wars, or maybe another, challenge run in there somewhere. I don't know which one, because we still got to finish the Vanguard run. But I might actually do that one on a weeknight and just, play through it non-intoxicated and just try to finish it. Because that obviously doesn't get a whole lot of views, but it's, I started it, I want to finish it. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. That's my updates for, schedule and everything. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you later this week for some more content.